guys, and welcome to Odds on Bundesliga. Let's take a look at the 15th match day with Radek Vegas. We have Leipzig, Borussia Dortmund. But I want to know also your opinion, so please leave a comment below in the comment section and you will have the chance to win a £10 free bet with Novibet. Just write a comment to participate in the draw. And remember, if you enjoyed the video, do not forget to click on the like button, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell to get all the notifications. And now let's go on with Odds on Bundesliga. We have an exciting 15th match day in the Bundesliga with many good games. So let's analyze everything with Radek Vegas. Hello, Radek.
Hey, Eduardo. Let's go.
Let's go with the cold of Germany. We are not used to see games in this time of the year in Germany. But on Friday evening, we start with a very good one. Gladbach, Bayern Munich. Gladbach, they are looking for European positions. They beat Bielefeld with struggling as well, but they did the job with the goal scored by Mbolo and Bayern Munich. They are cruising. They are first in the table. Although we were really surprised. I think everyone was putting their hands in their head when they were losing 0-2 at halftime against Mainz. Finally, Lewandowski scored 2 and Bayern won. Here, I don't know if you expect some problems with Bayern Munich. For sure, it's a tough test for the Bavarian team.
Yeah, but they struggled a bit in the past against Gladbach, where they won the last game 2-0 and even lost last 2-1 against Gladbach, which was the end of or the starting of Hansi Flick as a coach, and he started with a bad result against Gladbach and Leverkusen, but after then Bayern improved, and the story is known that they won the Champions League. The game against Mainz, was really a shock after the first half. Mainz leading 2-0 against Bayern at the end. If you only look at the result, 5-2, that is not a surprise, but to concede 2 goals against a weak team like Mainz is not the best thing. On the other hand, Gladbach only did the job they had to do with a 1-0 against Bielefeld. They are only 7th in the standings, and I think the odds on Bayern Munich are really attractive here. I think in a game against a tough opponent like Gladbach, they will show another face or their second halftime face against Mainz. The odds on Bayern are 1.65. This is a thing I would consider, because I always look for odds around 2.0. But here the odds of 1.65 on Bayern are good enough to bet on it. Maybe we can go a bit higher with Asian handicap -1 on Bayern. You get odds of 2.0, but I think the regular win on Bayern is an option for sure.
Okay, let's go for it. Let's see if Gladbach, they keep also the easy target, because last year in 2020 they scored 2.26 goals per competitive match. This is a lot, so probably they will have also the options against Bayern Munich. Moving on Saturday, we have another good game in Leverkusen, Werder Bremen. And we saw how Leverkusen took the league against Bayern Munich, but they lost. Now it's back-to-back defeats after another defeat against Eintracht Frankfurt, despite that very good goal scored by Amiri. And now they should bounce back and beat Werder Bremen. They lost against Union Berlin. It's a team that is going down and down in the table. And the odds here, 1.5 for Leverkusen. Maybe some Asian handicap will help us to raise a little bit these odds.
Yeah, it's obvious that Leverkusen should be the better team here, but they lost 2 games in a row, and now it's time for them to win again for sure. The odds of 1.5 are okay. I think, yeah, we don't know. If you trade stocks on the stock market, like on the Wall Street, there is a saying that never grab into the falling knife. And we don't know if Leverkusen is a falling knife and they are going, and the trend is continuing to going down. Yeah, against Werder Bremen, they have almost zero reasons why they should be a danger to Leverkusen here. But on the other hand, Leverkusen has a lot of personal problems. They, I think, have 12 guys missing, and they have to play with youth players maybe. And that can be a little bit a danger, because the odds are not that attractive. Maybe Asian handicap -1 on Leverkusen gives us 1.8, but not knowing the personal situation exactly, I will wait until the game day, 1 hour before the game, check the formations, and if Leverkusen is in there, has 11 good players on the pitch, I would consider a bet on Asian handicap -1 on Leverkusen. If they have to play with some youth players, I would not take a bet here.
Okay, let's wait. Then a team that is in a good run is Freiburg. Now they host Cologne. They beat 1-3 Hoffenheim. We are seeing the Italian striker Grifo scoring again and again, and now is 4 victories in a row. Is a very, very good run for a team like Freiburg. And yeah, Cologne, they lost against Augsburg. 2 victories only this season, both away though. So the odds here for Freiburg is 2.0. Also, the logic tells us that the home team has advantage here.
Yeah, but in the Corona time, there is no really big home advantage anymore. I analyzed all betting odds of the games since Corona, and I think the home advantage is around 5% in the Bundesliga. With audience before Corona, the advantage for the home team was around 20%, so it drops, and we see this in every huge league. Despite the Spanish La Liga, I don't know why the Spanish teams are better at home without spectators. But in the German league, I think a lot of teams need the audience to support them, especially bad teams or not the top teams need the audience to push them. And what Freiburg did in the last games surprised me very much, because I saw them really struggling to be in the first league, and then they started to play great and scoring goals, and yeah, that's why I think the odds of 2.0 on Freiburg are really attractive. It would be a clear trend bet. I don't trust the Freiburg trend, nevertheless, and I don't think Cologne is that bad as they are in the standings. So I think Cologne has to step up, Freiburg has to step down a bit, and I'm aware of a draw here, and that's why I won't ever bet on a Freiburg win if they have so small odds, because they are not this much better than Cologne, and they have to prove again that they are really in a good shape. So it's dangerous. I would consider the draw, but I'm aware of betting on Freiburg here.
All right, always the draws give us good odds. Maybe in the Bundesliga, the home advantage is so big because all the stadiums are packed, something that unfortunately we don't see in Spain that often. The next one is Mainz Eintracht. We just talked how Mainz got thrashed by Bayern Munich. Now they hired another coach. Bo Svensson is the 4th person who is going to be on the bench in this season. This is always a bad signal for them. Only 1 victory so far this season, and they are facing a team like Eintracht. We were saying that they have to react, they have to win games. They won against Leverkusen before they beat Augsburg, so maybe are turning the corner and going up in the standings. For sure, the favoritism, the odds are really low for Eintracht, 2.05 for the victory.
Yeah, knowing that Frankfurt only lost 2 games in the Bundesliga so far in 14 games, which is really awesome, and beating Leverkusen last game day, we have a clear favorite situation for Frankfurt here. But this is a derby, and Mainz is very close to Frankfurt. So I think the last games there was a 0-0 and a 2-0 for Mainz. To consider this, that Mainz is always performing well against Frankfurt, we might have some suspicions that Frankfurt is winning the game, but on odds of 2.0 on Frankfurt, I must be honest, I placed a bet on Frankfurt 2 weeks ago when the odds came out, and I saw they were around 2.2 favorite, and that was before Mainz got the new coach and before Mainz scored 2 goals against Bayern. But anyway, just betting on the clear better team, which is Frankfurt, you get odds of 2.0 is a value bet in my eyes.
Okay, the next one is Schalke Hoffenheim. Schalke lost against Hertha Berlin again. At least they won their cup game. This is some hope for them. They are able to win some games, even if it's not in the Bundesliga. Someday they might react, and now they face Hoffenheim, who lost against Freiburg, and actually they are only 5 points above the playoff position for being relegated to the second Bundesliga. So another team that is not doing well this season, and again, really favorite the away team. Like every single team that plays against Schalke is favorite for sure.
Yeah, and why is that? Because Schalke hasn't won 29 games in a row, and it's their 4th coach in this season with Christian Groß, who was retired, and I don't know how they came to the idea to take him as their coach. And they have to pay Wagner as a coach, they have to pay Baum, and they have to, Stevens was only 2 games or 1 game. So it didn't get better with Groß. They even played worse in the last game, and now they face Hoffenheim, which is a up and down team. And I think, we're always waiting for a Schalke reaction, but it didn't come, and I think the odds of 1.9 on Hoffenheim are really good enough to bet on it, because Hoffenheim is way too low in the standings. They have to climb up, and for this reason they have to beat Schalke no matter what. And Schalke has to improve their game in a style of 100% to be competitive against Hoffenheim, and I really doubt that this will be the case in this game. Another thing is maybe to consider if there are a lot of goals, because maybe we saw 3 goals against Schalke. Hoffenheim can also score goals for fun, and I think a bet on over 3 goals with the odds of 1.9 is an option. I would decide if I bet on Hoffenheim or on over 3 goals. Not both, but one of them.
We are losing the hope with Schalke, that's for sure. The next game is really good, for sure. Union Berlin is one of the good surprises of the season. Now they host Wolfsburg, 2 teams that are in European positions right now. Union Berlin beat Werder Bremen in the last game. They have now back-to-back victories in the Bundesliga, no defeats in the last 4 games, and only 1 point away from the Champions League position. So this is amazing results for Union Berlin. And now they face Wolfsburg, a team that lost against Dortmund. They lost also the Champions League position, but it was only their 2nd defeat in the season. The previous one was against Bayern Munich. So really good game here for the European battle, Radek.
Yeah, and Union Berlin is really playing attractive soccer, and I'm really, I have a problem to find a value here on one or the other hand. So in this case, I prefer to bet on a draw, which is common if you have two teams who are really close in the standings. But what I fear here is that Wolfsburg is really bad in away games. They only won 1 of 7 away games, 4 draws, 2 losses, only scored 8 goals. And on the other hand, if you look at the home standings, Union Berlin won 3 of 7 home games, 3 draws, only 1 loss, 17 goals scored at home, and so many figures and numbers, and everything leads to a draw in my eyes here. The odds are around the same. You have 2.8 on Union Berlin, 2.7 on Wolfsburg. It's hard to choose your favorite, and in this case I think it leads to a draw. But as I think Wolfsburg is a bit bit more clever and experienced, this can be the value a little bit on Wolfsburg. So to consider a bet of Asian handicap 0 on Wolfsburg is also an option. We get 1.9 in odds here. 3.4 on draw is also a good thing. But yeah, if you're not really sure, then it's better not to bet.
The next one, this is a European battle, very good game, Union Berlin Wolfsburg, and the next one probably is the best game in the weekend, Leipzig Borussia Dortmund, second against the fourth. Leipzig, they struggled to beat the Stuttgart, but they did the job again with a goal scored by Dani Olmo. Only 1 defeat this season so far for Leipzig, and now they face Dortmund. They beat Wolfsburg. It was very important for them. They are back in the Champions League position, and we saw how Jadon Sancho was the scorer. He's actually the youngest ever player to score 31 Bundesliga goals. This is a very good stats for the Dortmund players. So this is a game that also Dortmund needs to, it would be very important for them if they are able to win it and forget about the last games with Favre.
Yeah, but I don't think they can win here in Leipzig, as Leipzig has the best defense, only 9 goals conceded in 14 games. And I think they struggled a bit in the attack. They only draw 0-0 against Cologne, 1-0 against Stuttgart. So I think their goal or their aim is to keep their clean sheet and not conceding goals. And this will be a tough job against Dortmund if Sancho is stepping up and getting better again. And so I think this is the best option to bet on a draw here. And 3.6 on a draw with 1/3 of a unit, I like here most. I expect a close game, maybe under goals. So under 3 goals is odds of 1.66, not very special. Under 2.5 goals will be 2.14. Because, as I said, Leipzig wants to keep a clean sheet. Dortmund only scored 2 against Wolfsburg in a 2-0 game, so this might be an option. But the best thing here is just a draw, as Leipzig struggles in the attack. Dortmund is not back on track, I think, and they have to prove that they are really getting back to normal situation after a really bad end of year 2020.
At least we saw Haaland, so this is always a positive thing for the football fan to see the Norwegian striker So you predicted a draw for the game. Probably the next one is also kind of likely to see a draw. Two teams that are in the middle of the table. First game we have on Sunday, Augsburg, Stuttgart. Augsburg, they beat Cologne with a goal scored by Iago, but they were actually kicked out also in the cup before. But in the Bundesliga, they are not that bad. One defeat in the last 4 games. And Stuttgart, we just said how they lost against Leipzig. And now they are 3 games without a victory in the Bundesliga, but was against big rivals. Actually, the odds for Stuttgart are quite low, 2.18.
Yes, and that is why I won't consider a bet on Stuttgart here. A draw or Augsburg win, double chance on Augsburg with Asian handicap 0.5. You get odds of 1.8. This is, without wasting words, a good bet, because Augsburg is not in a bad shape. That they are playing at home. They won't. I think they are not likely to lose against Stuttgart here, and that's why draw or win for Augsburg with odds of 1.8 is a good thing.
An easy bet. And the last one, Arminia Bielefeld, Hertha, with Hertha also really low odds, 2.03. We all know how you love Labadia, but Hertha beats Schalke, like every team does, with John Cordova and Piatek scoring. They need the strikers' goals. And Arminia Bielefeld, they lost against Gladbach. Well, for sure they will fight until the end of the season to avoid relegation. I don't know if these odds 2.03 are good enough for you to take Hertha's victory.
Yeah, I think so, because the game with 3 goals of Hertha, I think, or how many did they score? But they proved that they can find the way to the goal again after the thrash against Freiburg, where they lost with 4 goals against them. And now they are kind of stepping back to finding the way to the goals. They have a brilliant offense cast with Cordoba, you named, and Cunha. If he's playing, I'm not sure. He has scored 6 goals, and Piontek, if he's in a good shape, he always can score, and that's why Hertha is way better with their roster as Bielefeld. Bielefeld, always had really tough opponents. Again, Champions League team like Gladbach, where they made a close game. They keep it close against Leipzig as well, where they lost only 1-2. So that are not bad results. That's why Bielefeld, can be a danger for a middle-class team like Hertha, for sure. But in regular situation, I think the odds of 2.0 on Hertha still has value, and that's why I trust in Berlin here, and I think they must win this game. And so let's see if Labadia is doing something.
Then let's grab those odds for Hertha Berlin, and we've analyzed everything. Radek, we've done our job. Let's see if Hertha does its job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Looking forward to the next show, and subscribe if you didn't so far. We have a lot of great European soccer leagues with Premier League, La Liga, and Eduardo is your host there. And Serie A.
We have to trust Hertha Berlin in the last game. But I want to know your opinion, so leave a comment below in the comment section and you will have the chance to win a £10 free bet with Novibet. Just write a comment to participate in the draw. And do not forget to click on the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell to get all the notifications whenever we publish new content. Remember, you can listen to all our videos also in our podcast. And next week we will be back with more odds on Bundesliga.